Hello, Bruce Anderson and Giles Lorenzi here at Fremd High School for the HETV Game of the Week. Tonight's game fits the Fremd Vikings against the Barrington Broncos in a game that will determine who's going to leave here with first place in the MSL West. Currently, Barrington has a one-game lead, standing at 6-2. Fremd one game behind at 5-3. So Fremd wins. They leave with a tie and for first place. So, Giles, what are you looking for from tonight's game from these two teams?
I think we know this is for all the marbles for first place in the division. Well, they're going to be tied. Fremd stands to lose a lot more than Barrington does, obviously. But this is a big game for Fremd. They really want to win this game. They want to show that they can play with Barrington. Barrington has been on a hot streak. They had a big win last Saturday against Huntley, 61-45, big time win. And Fremd's coming off a win also against Evanston. But Fremd, they want to tie for the division.
They certainly do. And both teams have some really big players, really good players. Who are you looking for to come up big tonight?
Well, Barrington has Evanauskas, who's a big time, he's 6'9", forward, junior forward, and then they have Chris Lester, who's a big time player for them as well. He's a senior, a senior forward, and so both of those guys come up big.
Okay, and what about for the Vikings? For
the Vikings, they have a host of guys that can get it done. They have Xavier Williams, they have Kyle Sliwa, they have Schaftel, they have Patrick Benka, they have Kraske, they have Peyton. I can keep going. They have Kim Peyton, or Peyton Kim. So they have several players. They start off kind of slow sometimes, but they're poised and they get the job done.
Okay, so two good teams facing off here tonight at Fremd High School. Promises to be a good game. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please stand, remove your hats, as Fremd senior Caitlin Popovich sings our national anthem. Coaches, players, and officials are dedicated to conducting this contest within the framework of the rules. We anticipate our fans' words and actions will reflect this safe, positive behavior and example. And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups for our Mid Suburban League West showdown between the Barrington Broncos and your Fremd Vikings. For Barrington, a 5'11" senior guard, number 3, Matt McAndrews. And for the Vikings, a 6'1" sophomore guard, number 4, Kyle Sliwa. For the Broncos, a 6'9" junior forward, number 11, Evanauskas. And for the Vikings, a 6'3" senior guard, number 23, Xavier Williams. For the Broncos, a 6'6" senior forward, number 12, Chris Lester. 6-foot junior guard, number 30, Peyton Kim. For the Broncos, a 6'6" junior center, number 32, Will Reiner. And for the Vikings, a 6'5" sophomore forward, number 42, Brian Duffy. And for Barrington, a 6'2" senior guard, number 33, Scott Bennett. For the Vikings, a 6'4" senior forward, number 44, Ryan Koreski. The Broncos are coached by Brian Tucker. The Vikings are coached by Bob Wilowski, assisted by Mike Brown. Tonight's officials are Craig Gunnis, John Garcia, and Harry Bond.
Getting ready to tip it off here at Fremd High School. Again, first place in the MSL West on the line. The Fremd Vikings hosting the Barrington Broncos. Getting ready for tip-off here. Teams matching up. There's a whistle and we're ready to begin. There it is, controlled by Barrington. Velasquez, the 6'9" center. Small wonder he got that one. Barrington moving the ball around, trying to set it up. .31 shoots and scores.
So Barrington here on the board early on.
Basket by number 32, Will Reiner.
Will Reiner with the basket.
I'm looking to set something up here. Not able to set up the screen. Move the ball around again. Driving up the lane and in, and good. Peyton Kim ties it up, 2-2.
And Peyton looking to get started early here.
Now this is Peyton's place.
Reinhardt at the top of the key. See Velasquez on the right wing, and there's a foul called here.
Fouls at number 23, Xavier Williams.
And Xavier Williams called for the over-the-back foul. And Barrington will maintain possession. The Velasquez from three-point range, and it's good, all net. The big man showing off the range early here.
Yes, he is.
And Barrington with a 5-2 lead.
So Fremd looking to answer, coming back. Kim with the ball.
And Domke passes it to Peyton. Back to Sliwa at the right wing. And he drives to the basket. He's in the paint. He spins, goes up for the basket, rejected by Velasquez. And Kraski picks up the loose ball and puts it back in.
So 5-4.
Great offensive rebound by Kraski. And it looks like if Velasquez throws the ball away, Lester chases after it and loses the handle on it. It goes out of bounds, so it'll be the Vikings' possession.
Over and back on that. So Fremd gets it, the ball with 5:55 left, down by 1.
Kraski inbounds to Kim, who's at half court. Now Williams has it, drives to the basket, in the paint, spins, dumps off to Kraske, and is rejected again by Reinhardt.
A lot of height for this Barrington Bronco team.
Chris Lester for three, off the glass, no good. Rebound Barrington.
Barrington with a definite height advantage.
Scott Bennett to Reinhardt, tries to pass it inside, and it's tipped, and the Vikings steal the ball. Oh, and Williams tries to find Sliwa up the left wing and throws the ball out of bounds. So they'll turn it over, the Vikings will turn it over, and now the Broncos will obtain possession. Chris Lester brings the ball up the court. Guarded by Williams. Ivanauskas drives to the basket in the paint, and it appears to be fouled. And he is.
Either that or travel.
That was a funny looking drive there, for sure. But he had a couple of Vikings all over him.
Traveling.
And he's called for the traveling.
Yeah, he definitely took too many steps there.
Good call by the refs on that one.
So 5:07 left.
Xavier Williams brings the ball up the court, guarded by Lester.
Getting a little help there by Kraske.
And he gets a pick by...
Knocked out of bounds by number 12, Chris Lester.
And the Vikings, it appears, they know they have to be aggressive inside, driving to the basket. They just can't rely on the outside shot. So it's refreshing to see them so aggressively going to the basket offensively. Williams at the top of the key. Drops it down to Sliwa on the right wing. Sliwa dribbles, passes it back out to Domke. To Kim for three. Oh, and it's good.
3-point basket, Peyton Kim.
Kim with 5 points here tonight.
Matt McAndrews brings the ball up the court, driving baseline, and he's fouled, and the basket's good.
Basket's good.
He had one thing on his mind and one thing only, and that was to score. Great drive by McAndrews.
So that ties it at 7s. McAndrews with a chance to give Barrington the lead back.
And the foul's on Brian Domke. He was a little too late coming over, and McAndrews hits the free throw. So Xavier Williams bringing it up. Passes it to Kim, who drives to the paint, spins, and easy layup. Peyton Kim with a swift move there.
Nice spin move in underneath the basket.
And Ivanoski being guarded by Domke, playing him tough. And
Domke knocks it away.
Yeah. And so Barrington will turn the ball over again. The Vikings not allowing anything inside. Except for that drive by McAndrews. They've been pretty solid inside defense. Kraske to Xavier Williams, who has it outside three-point range, drives to the basket in the paint, drops it back out to Kraske, who shoots from the outside, and the two-pointer is good. And it would be good to get him started early on. It seems like the last few games he hasn't been involved as much offensively as he has in the first few games that they played this year.
And they
dumped the ball down low to Ivanouskas, and this might be another travel.
No, I think this is a foul.
42, Brian Domke.
Domke picks up the foul.
Two quick fouls within a minute of each other here in the first quarter. That's not good. So he'll go to the bench. Domke will go to the bench, and James Kading will come on to replace him.
Domke at 6'5", still giving up 4 inches to Ivanauskas.
And Reinhardt from the baseline puts up a shot, no good. Kim with the rebound to Schofstel. Oh, wow.
Oh, and he's mugged.
And Xavier Williams goes to the basket, and he is rejected, but two players, he is also fouled.
I think Pope is going to pick up that foul, number 12.
They were not going to allow him to get that basket up under any circumstance.
2 shots for Xavier Williams.
So Fremd with a 3-point lead. Williams seeing if he can add to it here. First one is good. That's Williams' first point of the night.
And it looks like everybody for the Vikings, they're starting 5. They're going full speed ahead, straight to the basket, and really aggressive early on here.
They have to. With the height advantage Barrington has, they need speed, they need movement, and they have to get separation somehow.
McAndrews will bring it up, passes it to Velasquez, who fakes from 3-point range, drives to the basket, shoots, no good from 2-point range.
Zach Schofstall with the rebound there.
And Schofstall passes to Williams. Kading setting a screen for Williams. Williams goes to the basket, shoots, no good.
He went up a little bit funky, a little out of control. Just kind of threw it up there, couldn't get it to fall.
And he's got great athleticism, but his game is going to the basket. And Velasquez in the paint, spins, underneath, puts up the shot.
And it's a travel
he's
again.
Called for another travel. So the Vikings are double teaming him or closing the lane off when he gets in the paint, when Velasquez gets in the paint. So they're not allowing any of those easy baskets by the big man. They're paying special close attention to him tonight.
We have to. If he gets the ball into the basket, he could dominate.
And Schofstall passes to James Kading, who shoots the 2-point shot.
Out.
No good. In and out, rims out. Chris Lester passes to McAndrews, to Velasquez, to Scott Bennett. Back to Lester from 3-point range.
Short.
No good.
Off the front of the rim. Pulled down by Schofstall again. So Fremd back on offense with a 5-point lead.
Okay.
Neither team getting the ball to fall lately.
And Peyton Kim from 3-point range, he lets it go. No good, bounces off the rim.
Number 44.
Number 44, Ryan Kraske.
And Ryan Kraske called for the foul.
Number 5, Jake Moore.
Got tangled
and
up.
The Vikings, number 4, Kyle Sluwa. And number 10, Michael Butler.
Both teams with a couple substitutions here.
30, Tristan Becker. And number 22, Ethan Small.
Williams stretching out the calves.
So Ethan Small comes in the game to replace Reinhardt. And Tristan Becker in the game as well.
Jake Orr.
Jake Orr.
5'10".
Replaces McAndrews.
And a foul off the ball. Looks like it's against Fremd. Williams not happy.
Foul is on number 23.
This is a physical game early on. Both teams jockeying for position and using their forearms, hand checking.
Number 52, Samson Oladamije.
Williams getting a little timeout to cool down. Good move.
So Xavier Williams goes to the bench and replaced by number 52, Samson Oladamije. Try to say that 3 times straight.
And the ref not appreciating the attitude Williams is putting off there.
Fouls on number 14, Zach Schofstall.
Schofstall picks up a foul there.
And the Vikings picking up a couple of quick fouls here.
That's 16 fouls on Fremd so far to 1.
And Chris Lester drives to the basket. And the layup's no good, in and out. What's the call here? Appears to be a foul.
Foul on the follow-up.
Foul is on number 35, James Kading.
So this must have been away from the ball here because Lester was the one driving to the basket. So Evanasquez at the line, and the first free throw's good.
Back in for Barrington, number 33.
So that's his first point tonight. Fremd has been on him like a blanket.
Shooting 1.
So Chris Lester goes to the bench, replaced by Scott Bennett. And the second free throw is good as well for Evanasquez.
So 13-10.
Sliwa double teamed on the right wing, knocked out of bounds off of the Vikings. It was actually off of Sliwa. So Barrington will obtain possession here.
And for the Broncos, number 12, Chris
Chance
Lester.
to cut into the Viking lead.
Chris Lester coming back in the game, replacing Ethan Small. Jake
Or on the dribble.
Or bringing the ball up. It appears that they're playing for the last shot.
25 seconds left in the first quarter.
Scott Bennett back to Orr. They're playing keep away here.
Can't tell you how many times I've seen this backfire.
Ivanauskas standing on the perimeter on the left wing.
10 seconds. Terrible pass.
Was that an alley-oop? Stolen by the Vikings. Sliwa goes up for the shot and he's fouled, and he'll go to the line.
With 0.8 seconds left.
What I don't understand is why would you wait till the clock winds down to 10 seconds and then throw up that kind of pass? Was that a pass or a shot, or what was that?
Well, if that was a shot, it was a pretty weak shot. I think it was a pass.
Horrible, and you give the other team an opportunity to score, and the Vikings do capitalize on it with Sliwa hitting the first of 2 free throws.
And for Barrington, number 32,
you eat time off the clock, and then all of a sudden you got 10 seconds left and start panicking to get something going, and you turn the ball over.
Sliwa with the second one puts it up, and it's good.
0.8 seconds left. And the three-quarter court shot, no good. So Fremd up by 5, 15-10.
And the Vikings have played really well in this. They quietly lead 15-10. They haven't even gotten going yet.
Smothering defense.
Yeah, definitely. They're like, if somebody's going to beat us, it's not going to be Ivanauskas. That's for sure.
That's right. They're shutting him down.
They're determined to not allow him to go crazy offensively. So
Fremd has to hope they can keep this pace up.
Well, traditionally, Fremd starts off really slow and they get behind. They're usually down by 10 at the half or 6. And then they turn around and they turn it up a notch in the second half.
We would like to welcome members of the
and they come out with such intensity, you have to wonder if they're burning up all their energy in the first half.
Yeah, I hope not. I think that they'll be able to maintain this pace for the entire game, but it'll be interesting to see if that actually plays out that way.
Okay, the team's coming back out on the floor. Start the second quarter. A bit of a scoring drought there toward the end of the first quarter as defense takes over.
Claire Umeki and Kelly Allen, you've just won gift cards from Operation Click. Please stop by the paid table to redeem your prize.
So Kraske inbounds, gets it into Kim. I'm looking to start something up here, ahead by 5.
James Cady to Peyton, who's at the perimeter. Passes to Sliwa, who drives to the basket. He's at the baseline, puts up the shot, and it's rejected by Ivanauskas.
Partially blocked there.
Ivanauskas goes the other way. Bennett has the ball now. Passes to Jake Orr, who passes it back to Bennett on the outside on the perimeter, who drops it down to Ivanauskas. Has it stolen by Schofstel to Peyton. Kim, who goes to the basket and is rejected by Ivanauskas. And Lester puts up an easy basket the other way. Ivanauskas has great speed, length, and he just plays great defense. He pinned that shot to the backboard.
He did.
He chased Peyton Kim down.
That was surprising. Oh, and there's a weak shot put up.
The big man with the block. Bennett to Lester, who drives baseline, puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Ivanauskas. Ivanauskas passes it to Bennett, back to Ivanauskas in the paint, spins around, puts up the shot, and he travels again. This would be the 3rd travel in this first half for Ivanauskas. And he throws up his hands, asking the ref, I mean, what am I doing wrong? What do I need to do to get the foul call?
Stop taking so many steps.
But it was a great call by the refs.
It was.
Schoftel.
He's taking 2 steps and then
passes to Sliwa, who drops it outside to Kraske, who drives to the basket, and he's fouled.
Vanasquez takes 2 steps and then doesn't go up. He meets resistance and has to stop and then takes another step to shoot.
I think what it is, he's kind of hesitant because it appears he's open for a minute, and then when he gets the ball, he turns around. He's got 3 Vikings on him. So he's kind of hesitant about going to the basket. The inbound pass stolen by Chris Lester. And Barrington goes the other way. Scott Bennett puts up a shot, no good. Rebound, Kraske. And Peyton Kim will bring the ball up. He stops at 3-point range and puts it up, no good. And Kading and Evanasquez fighting for the rebound under the basket.
And that hit the top of the backboard, so that's why they stopped the play, and Barrington's going to inbound.
Out of bounds, yeah. So Jacor will bring the ball up.
Barrington turning up the intensity here in the
Passes
second period.
to Bennett. Back to Vanasquez, back to Bennett. Back to Orr. They find Vanasquez outside, who passes to Bennett. Back outside to Vanasquez, puts up the 3-point shot. Air ball, no good. Bennett with the rebound, tries to save it, no good. Reinhardt tries to dive and save it as the pass was going out of bounds.
And he does, great hustle.
And Bennett with a great shot, floater in the paint. And Barrington down by 1 with 5:20 to go in the first half here, 15-14.
Fremd yet to score here in the second period, 5:17 remaining.
I'm impressed by the athleticism of these big guys for Barrington.
They move very well.
I mean, he's traveled a few times, but this guy can bring the ball up the court. He can block shots. He can drive to the basket. Schoftel from the outside, and it's good. Good for only 2.
For the Vikings.
Here's the first points in the second period, 17-14. Fremd with a 3-point lead.
Lester in the perimeter. Passes to McAndrews. Vanasquez puts up a shot, 2-point shot, bounces off the rim, no good. Lester with the rebound, puts it back up, reverse layup off the glass.
Basket number 12, Chris Lester.
And Barrington in the game, only down by 1. 17-16. Peyton Kim from the outside attempts a shot. Chris Lester steals the pass by Peyton Kim and lays it up, and it's good.
Chris Lester.
This kid is all over the place, playing the passing lanes, double teaming, down low in the paint. He's everywhere.
Now with 6 points on the night, Lester. And gives Barrington the lead, 18-17.
And Sliwa guarded by Bennett. Back to Schoftel, who's outside. Finds Kraske, back to Sliwa. And he's bumped by number 32, Reinhardt. And that will be a foul on 32, Reinhardt. And Sliwa will go to the basket.
So 5 fouls now on Barrington.
Number 22.
They need
yet in the bonus.
They need to get the ball back into Sliwa as much as possible, because every time he gets the ball, he's double teamed. And Kraske will inbound the ball to Kim, who drives, passes to Schoftel, who attempts to drive and is fouled, I believe.
Foul is at number 12, Chris Lester.
Chris Lester called for the foul on Schoftel.
Number 42, Brian Donkey.
So 16 fouls now for Barrington. 7 for Fremd.
So Lester out of the game, replaced by Tristan Becker. James Kading goes to the bench, and Brian Domke replaces him. Domke fakes the shot, drives to the basket, and he's rejected by Tristan Becker. They scuffle for the ball underneath. Domke saves it to Sliwa. Now Peyton Kim has it. Puts up a shot in the paint, and it's good. Well played game, 19-18 Vikings.
Kim with 9 points on the evening. Great hustle there by Fremd.
Vanasquez drives baseline to the basket, puts up a baby hook in the paint, and it's good.
For the Broncos.
He had like 3 Vikings on him, and he just would not be denied. Sliwa off the glass, puts up a shot, no good. Evanasquez brings the ball up, gets the rebound and brings it up like a point guard. And the big man has some skills. Tristan Becker puts up a shot, no good from the outside. Scott Bennett in the paint puts up a shot, no good. Evanasquez with the rebound and the putback, and it's good. Goes up strong. Evanasquez going up strong, and he seems to be really upset, but he's channeling that anger as aggression offensively. And they haven't been able to stop him the last couple of times down the court.
He is pumped up, and Barrington has the 3-point lead. 22-19 with 2:51 left. Barrington just churning up the intensity.
Evanasquez, he's a bad man. He is a bad man. Oh, yeah. Just to be able to, he was on the other end of the court. He's trying to get a shot up. It's stolen from him. Peyton Kim is going the other way with, I mean, it appears to be an easy basket. And Evanasquez chased him all the way down court, and at the last minute just pins his shot against the backboard. And that was an outstanding play.
Was amazing hustle by the big man.
Unbelievable. Just to have the athleticism to just be able to run down court was enough. But to be able to capitalize that with the shot block was outstanding.
Yes, it was. And Sliwa's been rejected 2 or 3 times under the net. Just too much height there for the Broncos.
I think everyone's been rejected at least one time on the starting lineup for the Vikings.
So 2:51 left. Fremd trailing by 3, inbounds the ball.
So
Kim
we have
bring it up.
For Barrington, McAndrews, Bennett, Evanasquez, Reinhardt, and Tristan Becker. For the Vikings, we have Sliwa, Schafstel, Kim, Domke, and Kraske. And Peyton has the ball, drops it off to Kraske, who drives baseline, drops it back out to Schafstel, who shoots from 3 and no good. And he's been kind of cold in this first half, Schafstel.
Yes.
But once he gets going, once he gets started, I mean, it's hard to stop him. McAndrews will bring the ball up for the Broncos.
Peyton Kim doing most of the scoring for the Vikings.
Oh, he's kept them in this game.
He has, absolutely.
McAndrews outside to Tristan Becker, who hits from 3-point range.
By number 30, Tristan Becker.
Becker's first points of the evening stretched the lead to 6 points.
And Sliwa looking for somebody inside, passes to Kim, who's on the right wing. Back to Sliwa on the top of the key, who goes back to Schafstel, who tries to pass it back to Sliwa on the left wing, but it goes out of bounds. I mean, he would have had to have been 10 feet tall to have caught that pass.
Well, Sliwa stumbled.
Yeah.
So,
but it was still pretty high of a pass, I think. But you're right, that did hurt him, and the Vikings turned the ball over. And they're down 25-19 with 1:31 to go here in the first quarter. Good hands by Xavier Williams, steals the pass. Now Peyton Kim is in the paint, drives, dumps it off to Domke, who goes up strong, and he's fouled. He appears to have gotten poked in the eye.
Fouls on number 3, Matt McAndrews.
So Domke going to the line looking for his first points of the night.
And the foul is on Matt McAndrews.
First one is good.
Checking in for the Vikings, number 4, Kyle Sliwa.
So Sliwa goes in, and Xavier Williams will go to the bench for the Vikings. Well-played game so far. Exciting game, entertaining game.
Fremd with a stifling defense to start, and Barrington with it here in the second period.
And the second one is good for Domke. McAndrews passes it to Tristan Becker, who finds Bennett inside, who finds Evanasquez driving to the basket, and it's good. Easy layup. And Barrington seems to be flowing here offensively.
Evanasquez with 8 points now. He was pretty much shut out the first period.
Sliwa stops in the paint, dumps it off to Domke, who puts up the shot and appears to be fouled.
Foul on number 3, Matt McAndrews.
And McAndrews called for another foul on Domke.
Number 5, Jake Orr.
And McAndrews will go to the bench, replaced by Jake Orr.
Correction, 1-1.
So Domke will attempt the first of a one-on-one.
From chasing 6 points here.
And the first one is good.
Domke scoring only from the charity stripe here so far. 3 points on 3 free throws, going for 4. And it's good.
Well, Domke's doing pretty well because he's not only going to the line and making his free throws, but he's also getting the Broncos into foul trouble, and that's their starting point guard, McAndrews. So if they can get him out the game, that works to the Vikings' advantage. Ivanauskas outside, way outside, dumps it back to Jake Orr, who the ball's going around the perimeter, back to Orr from Bennett, back to Tristan Becker, back to Orr, and they appear to be playing for this last shot. Ivanauskas way outside, dribbles, guarded by Krasky.
Last time they did this, Barrington turned the ball over. We'll see what happens here.
You would think they're trying to get Ivanauskas a shot. But here's Bennett back to Ivanauskas from three-point range. He lets it go. Air ball, but Tristan Becker.
Will Reinhardt picks it up and puts it in.
Well, Ethan Small, number 22, was the one that got the air ball rebound from Ivanauskas' shot and put it back up. So Ethan Small with a great offensive rebound and put back.
Feeder basketball players and coaches in attendance tonight. At this time, we ask that all the players and coaches in attendance please stand and be recognized.
And we go into the half with the
for
Barrington Broncos up 29-23 over Fremd Vikings.
Thanks to Rick Shopstall and Chris Lang for all of their help with the feeder program.
The problem with Fremd, only one guy, Peyton Kim,
and now let's
scoring
to the floor.
for them where Barrington's been able to spread it out a little bit. Ivanauskas was pretty much shut out in the first quarter, came back big to score 4 or 5 times here in the second period. So he'll go into the locker room with 10 points.
Well, Ivanauskas became more aggressive as the second quarter got underway, and he would just not be denied. And the thing about it is with him, you have to be very careful with how you play him and denying him the ball.
They were forcing him to take outside shots in the first quarter. Second quarter, he was able to get inside, do some slashing, and score.
So we go into the half with the Vikings down at home, 29-23 to the Broncos.
The team's getting ready to come back out on the floor. First quarter belonged to Fremd. The second belonged to Barrington. We'll have to see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, I think that Ivanauskas, what happened is in the first quarter they played him, they double teamed him and triple teamed him, and in the second quarter what he did was he made the adjustment, which was a great move by the coach of Barrington, Brian Tucker, to make the adjustment to bring him to the perimeter and get Ivanauskas the ball at the perimeter. He was even bringing the ball up the court. So once he started to do that, you couldn't deny the fact that he had the ball and he was able to dictate the tempo of the game and create some things offensively for his team.
Much harder to guard a moving target.
Yep, exactly. So they're going to want to try to deny, the Vikings are going to want to try to deny Ivanauskas from even getting the ball.
And Ivanauskas leading all scorers with 11 points here on the night. Peyton Kim with 9 leading Fremd.
And McAndrews brings the ball up, looking for someone. Scott Bennett back to Lester, who puts up the shot in the paint, no good. And it's smacked out of bounds by Domke, and it will be, no, it's out of bounds on Barrington.
Number 32, Will Reiner.
It's a foul, actually, on Will
Reiner.
Will Reiner. So Kraske inbounds to Peyton Kim, who brings the ball up, guarded by McAndrews, who finds Sliwa on the left wing, who drops it down into Xavier Williams. He's double teamed, guarded by Lester. Williams drives to the basket, dumps it off. Sliwa has the ball, drives to the basket in the paint and loses the ball. I think there's a foul here on McAndrews.
Fouls on number 3, Matt McAndrews.
That's why he lost the ball. Little reach in there by McAndrews.
And for the Broncos, number 5, Jake
So
Ford.
2 team fouls already.
There was so much going on in that little episode there. And Sliwa will inbounds the ball to Domke, back to Kim, who has it at the perimeter.
McAndrews pulls up some bench.
And Xavier Williams has it on the outside. He dribbles around, passes to Kim, back to Sliwa, outside. Xavier Williams has it, drives to the basket in the paint, fakes a shot. And the Vikings are just on the perimeter. And Sliwa almost throws the ball out of bounds, trying to pass it to Xavier Williams, who drives to the basket in the paint, spins, and is tipped by Lester.
Williams getting the Ivanauskas treatment on defense here. He's getting double teamed, triple teamed every time he goes in the middle.
And Kraske drops it down low to Domke, goes to the basket and is rejected by Ivanauskas. Barrington goes the other way. Scott Bennett with the layup on the fast break, and it's no good. But he is fouled, and he will go to the basket. And Kim is called for the foul.
2 shots for number 33, Scott Bennett.
Ivanauskas, he's just relentless inside. He's not going to allow someone to just stand in front of him and put up a shot without contesting it. And that was a great block by Ivanauskas.
Great hustle for such a big man.
He can move. That guy he can run, he can jump, he can dribble, he can shoot.
Bennett with the first one. 30-23. Can't get the second one to fall. So Kim going to bring up the ball.
Guarded by Orr.
Vikings chasing 7 here.
Drops it down into Domke, who drops it down into Williams, who's guarded by Lester. Williams on the right wing on the perimeter. And the ball is tipped. Let's see if it's a foul on Orr.
Fouls on number 12.
Foul on Lester.
The foul's on Chris Lester.
Lester with a little reach in to poke that ball away. Gets more than the ball.
And Sliwa has it outside, guarded by Lester. Drops it to Xavier Williams, who pulls up for a shot. No good. Bounces off the back of the iron.
Williams is frustrated.
And Barrington, Lester drives to the basket and he's fouled, no call. Now the Vikings go the other way. Sliwa with an errant pass to Brian Domke, trying to find him under the basket, and it's no good, and the Vikings turn the ball over here. Ivanauskas inbounds to Jake Orr. Guarded by Kim, who drops it into Lester, who's outside, drops it back to the corner to Ivanauskas. Passes back to Orr. Bennett now has it outside, finds Ivanauskas on the right wing, drives baseline, and he uses his elbow. So is this an offensive foul?
Foul on number 44, Ryan Kresge.
Nope,
No,
that's on Kresge for Fremd.
Using that forearm. You got to use something against Ivanauskas.
Oh, nice slashing
Chris
move
Lester
there by
with a great-
Orr.
Chris Lester with a great pass to Orr, cutting to the basket. And the Broncos up 32-23 over the Vikings here.
Orr's first points of the night there.
And Sliwa has it, passes it to Williams. Williams fakes like he's going to shoot, back to Kim.
There's a timeout called.
This is a good timeout by the Vikings. I mean, they have to regroup. This is a good opportunity to just try to coordinate their strategy, because they've been so out of sync, starting with in the second quarter, in the late second quarter, but even in the second half, they've come out flat completely.
And that's because of the Barrington defense. They're just all over them, shutting them down.
Barrington's relentless on the boards and defensively, and I think they put some fear in the Vikings about going to the basket. They're thinking twice about it before they drive. So they're trying to find that perfect perimeter shot, and they're unable to do that as well.
And the Vikings offense has certainly been frustrated here for the last period and a half.
And that's saying a lot, because they have a good offensive team. They have many players who can score from the outside, going to the basket, and the Broncos are shutting them down here in the second half. Kresge inbounds to Kim, who will bring it up, guarded by Orr, who dumps it into Domke, who spins around in the paint, down low. He's triple team. He puts up a shot. Rejected. Rejected by Ivanauskas. Another block by Ivanauskas. Now I understand. Ivanauskas drives in the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Kresge with the rebound, out to Schafstol, who passes it, well, attempts to pass it to Kim, and that pass is knocked out of bounds by Tristan Becker.
No, I think that was
Ethan Small. The 32 and the 22, I get those confused.
And
but what a great play.
6'5" is anything but.
These guys are so athletic here for the Broncos, these big guys. Great hands, great anticipation by Ethan Small.
A lot like the Fremd team was last year. Talented big men who...
Xavier Williams drives to the basket and with the layup,
gets fouled.
Is fouled with the reverse layup.
Ivanauskas picks that up.
2 shots for Xavier Williams.
And that's what they need. Someone that's going to go to the basket, strong, pump, fake, do whatever you got to do to get them in the air or get the Broncos to commit the foul.
That's Williams' third point. So far, only free throws tonight. And he's been very much frustrated here offensively. Both of them good. 25-32. Barrington will bring the ball up. Jake Orr handling it, cross center line.
Ethan Small to Ivanauskas, who's outside, dribbles behind the back. Almost has it stolen by Kresge, but recovers quite nicely. Back to Scott Bennett, who goes around Xavier Williams with a behind the back dribble. In the paint to Ivanauskas, who drops it off to Ethan Small. Great pass and score by Ethan Small.
Great movement by Barrington there.
And these guys just...
Unselfish play.
Oh, definitely. Xavier Williams in the paint, drives, pulls up for a shot, no good. Evanauskas with the rebound, takes the ball the other way, drops it in to Tristan Becker.
Schaffsall almost able to knock it away there. Looks like an over the back on number 30, Becker.
And the Vikings are still in this game. Down 25 to 34 to the Broncos with 3:10 left in the third quarter. And Kim will bring the ball up. It'll be interesting to see if the Vikings can get something going, at least from the outside. But even the Broncos' perimeter defense is stifling. Schaffsall from 3.
Short.
Bounces off the front of the rim, no good. Evanauskas goes the other way, dribbles down court, spins, puts up the shot off the backboard, no good. Domke with the rebound. And Williams fires a pass to Kim, who shoots from the outside, puts up the shot, no good. Evanauskas with another rebound, and he'll bring the ball up the court.
Fremd just not getting anything to fall.
And Scott Bennett with the dribble. Xavier Williams covering him. Evanauskas outside to Tristan Becker. No good from the outside.
Brought in by Jake Orr, and Barrington will reload and try again. Oh, player control foul on Barrington.
So we got Evanauskas and Ryan Kraske battling inside for position. Kraske gets the worst end of the deal physically as he gets knocked on his derriere, but the foul on Evanauskas, and you can see that they're battling, and this is getting kind of physical down there. With Kraske clapping at the call, and Evanauskas joining him and clapping as well as to mock Kraske.
2 fouls on Evanauskas here tonight.
And Sliwa has it outside the top of the perimeter, the top of the key. Back to Schaffstal. Cross-court pass to Williams, who has it. Williams has it again. Gets it back from Sliwa, loses the handle on the ball, and Scott Bennett steals the ball, recovers, goes the other way, drives to the basket, puts up a shot, and he's fouled by James Kading, number 35 for the Vikings.
Fouls on number 35, James Kading.
And Bennett will go to the line.
33, Scott Bennett.
Not able to establish position to draw the charge. So instead,
That was pretty close. It looked like he had position, but the call went the other way, nonetheless.
So that's 4 for Bennett here tonight, with another one pending. Got a very unorthodox shot. Second one is good. So 36-25, Barrington leading.
And Sliwa brings the ball up. I mean, the Vikings, they turn it over again. Sliwa with an errant pass, stolen by Orr, who drops it into Evanauskas, who drives to the basket and is fouled by Domke, number 42. And Evanauskas bumps Domke while he walks past him.
James Kading.
Well, the foul's on James Kading, actually. Evanauskas is, he's something else. He gets fouled and he starts bumping guys, like purposely bumping guys, like what?
Showing a little attitude.
Yeah.
Oh.
You got to love that, though. You got to love his physicality, his determination, athletic ability, his focus, and his hustle.
The second one goes in.
Number 42, Chad Scheckman.
And the Broncos are up 37-25 over the Vikings. 1 minute and 8 seconds in the third quarter.
Evanauskas getting a bit of a break here.
And the Vikings unable to get anything going here in the second half. With the Broncos stifling defense.
They've only got 2 points here in the third quarter.
And Schaffstal receives a pass from Williams from the outside, drops it back to Sliwa. Schaffstal gets it back from 3, puts up the shot, hits the back of the rim, no good. And fighting for the rebound, James Kading called for another foul on Tristan Becker.
That's
on
4
Ethan
on
Small,
him.
actually.
Foul is on number 35.
4th foul.
Oh, he'll be leaving the game shortly. I mean,
number 44, Ryan Kraske. And number 30, Peyton Kim.
you can see the frustration from the Vikings.
Yep.
I mean, they're unable to do anything. They can't get anything going offensively.
Yep, Barrington turned the press defense around on them, and they've dominated for 2 periods here. So I'm just not able to get anything going here in the 3rd period.
And Jake Orr has it into Tristan Becker.
Barrington
Back to Scott Bennett, who has it outside, guarded by Schofstel.
again playing for the last shot. 5 seconds.
Bennett pulls up, loses the ball. Schofstel recovers, takes a half-court shot, no good.
Barrington 37, Fremd 25. Ladies and gentlemen, Horseshoe Basketball Camp is happy
So
to be
Barrington able to get 8 points in that period, while Fremd is held
Coach
to
Wadowski
2.
and a number of his varsity players will join us for a great week of basketball on the beautiful grounds and excellent facilities at Camp Horseshoe.
And although we're at
in
Fremd
Rhinelander,
High
Wisconsin.
School, there's so many red jerseys
Horseshoe
here.
Basketball Camp
The
is donating
Broncos
a free
have a lot of
basketball
support here,
tuition.
Yes, they
to say
do.
the least. Yeah.
And Thomas Nora.
Not a very long trip to come here to Fremd for Barrington.
Outside the gym for your certificate.
And the Vikings fans, very quiet tonight. They don't have much to cheer about tonight. Down 37-25, the Vikings, with going into this last quarter, the 4th quarter, with just, I don't even know what to say.
They're going to have to find something here, dig deep in the 4th quarter, or Barrington's just going to run away with this one.
Sometimes you can use your defense to create offense, and that's what they're going to want to do, because they haven't been able to stop the Broncos offensively either. So, I mean, you can't score and then you can't stop them. So, I mean, you might want to just put all your energy on the defensive end and try to stop them, at least get some stops. Maybe that'll build your confidence, and then you can translate that offensively and get your offensive game going.
Already down by 12, so they're going to have to get something going offensively.
Sliwa from the outside bounces off the back of the rim. He gets the rebound. Back out to Schofstel, who shoots from 3, no good. And that's rare to see, where 2 of their best 3-point shooters take shots one after the other, and they just bounce right off the rim. And that's been the tale of the game for the Vikings. They haven't been able to get that outside shooting going.
And they haven't been able to get the inside shooting going.
Ivanauskas drives to the basket, and he's called for another travel.
I think that was a charge.
It's called for the charge.
So that's 3 on Ivanauskas.
Number 12, Chris Lester.
McAndrew's going to come back in.
And Ivanauskas will go out. McAndrews will replace him. So we have Jake Orr, Ivanauskas, Scott Bennett, Ethan Small, and Chris Lester in the game for the Broncos. Xavier Williams drives to the basket, pumps, shoots, no good.
Comes up short and off on Barrington.
And the Vikings keep the ball here.
Yeah. So they get a little bit of a break.
Schofstel inbounds to Kraske at the top of the key. Sliwa to Schofstel, who shoots from 3, no good. Bounces out the back of the rim. Xavier Williams with the rebound, dumps it inside to Kraske, who loses it. And the Broncos now have possession going up court the other way. Chris Lester with the ball. The top of the key at the right wing. Drives, puts up a shot, and there's a whistle here.
Foul before the shot.
And Schofstel called for the foul on Chris Lester. And Chris Lester will not go to the line. Jake Orr will inbound. to McAndrews, who takes the shot, no good.
Rims out.
Xavier Williams will bring the ball up the court, guarded by Scott Bennett. He drives by Bennett, puts up the shot off the glass, no good.
But the foul.
And he is fouled. And he's been able to do that throughout the entire game.
For Xavier Williams.
That's all he's been able to do. 4 free throws on the night. But he's hit every one of them.
He's the only one for the Vikings that's fearlessly been able to drive to the basket and not get his shot rejected.
And for the Vikings, number 43.
Well, he's had his fair share rejected
Well, I
as
think
well.
in the first half it happened a couple of times, but in the second half, he's been successful going to the basket, if not scoring, then getting the foul.
Williams perfect from the line tonight, 6 points.
Scott Bennett inbounds to McAndrews, who brings the ball up the court, guarded by Schofstel. Chris Lester has the ball now, and Xavier Williams called for the foul, a reach in, and it was, and that was so blatant. I mean,
it was.
And he looks up at the referee and he's upset at the call. When Stevie Wonder could have called that foul. I mean, you got to be kidding me. He has to be a little more poised, you know, when his team is down. I mean, it's easy to be poised when you're winning, but it's when you're down that you need your leaders on your team to be poised and you know, and get everybody else going and play good disciplined defense. That was uncalled for. I know he's trying to make something happen, but Xavier Williams takes a three and it's good. So he must have heard me talking.
Yeah, Lester not able to get that free throw to fall.
And Lester to McAndrews, who drives to the basket, cutting to the basket, and it's good. So the Broncos are up 39-30 with 5:57 to go in the fourth quarter. And Xavier Williams will bring the ball up the court, guarded by Scott Bennett. Xavier Williams drives, pumps up off the backboard, and hits the shot. And he's on fire here.
Number 23, Xavier Williams.
He's hit a couple of free throws. He's hit a three-point shot.
Will Reiner.
I think he did hear me.
And for the Broncos, number 11, Rapullis.
He said, I'll prove that guy wrong.
Xavier Williams shooting one.
He's trying to put the team on his back and carry him.
And he's redeeming himself here. The Vikings down 39-32. And this would be something to watch if
12 points on the night for Williams.
If the Vikings are able to make the comeback and win this game.
Barrington now up by 6.
This would be a heck of a comeback. McAndrews guarded by Schofstel. Evanauskas has the ball, drives to the basket, dumps it into Chris Lester under the basket, who puts it up, and it's good. If they keep finding easy shots like that, it's going to be hard for the Vikings to get back in the game. I mean, they make some great plays, but then defensively, they can't hold them. You have to be able to get some stops to get back in the game.
And it's hard to guard those big men when they're underneath the basket like that.
It is. Once they get that position down low like that, it's like, you know, you either foul them or let them score.
And you can't let them score here.
No. I'd like to see them at least challenge the shot and get them to the line. I'll take my chances when you hit the free throws opposed to you under the basket just getting an easy shot like that, uncontested. Yeah. And the Vikings need to play better interior defense. But Xavier Williams is playing out of his mind in the second half here. And although he's had some fouls, undisciplined fouls, and some reach-ins, he's trying to make something happen, so you can't blame him for trying to get something going. But offensively, he's been a beast here in the second half.
Chris Lester at 6'6", has some stretch there under the basket, along with Evanauskas, 6'9".
They're all pretty athletic. You have Ethan Small, who's 6'5", the junior. He's pretty athletic, good defensively. Tristan Becker, the senior 6'2" guard. Will Reinhardt, the junior 6'6" forward center.
Kim with the ball, bringing it up.
And let's see what the Vikings can do here. Domke in the paint, passes it back out to Schofstel, back to Kim, back to Sliwa, who for three, puts up another shot, no good, bounces off the side of the rim.
Fremd having to put up those long shots. It's a low percentage shot, and Barrington's forcing him to take it, just not letting him inside at all.
And I know in this last timeout, if I'm the coach for Barrington, I'm telling my team, just hold the ball, milk the clock. And Lester called for the travel, good call.
Barrington with the 8-point lead, 41-33.
And Sliwa will inbound for the Vikings into Xavier Williams, who's double teamed. And a foul will be called on Scott Bennett, who tries to guard Xavier Williams tightly up the sideline.
Number 33, Scott Bennett.
And he's relentless, Xavier Williams. He will not be denied.
So Fremd in the bonus here.
33-41, the Broncos on top with 4:41 to go.
And Williams remains perfect from
He's
the charity
unconscious
stripe.
from the free throw line tonight, huh?
He is. Mr. Automatic.
And the second one is good as well for Williams.
And for the Vikings, number 44, Ryan Preston.
Williams just taking over here in the fourth quarter.
And the Vikings are usually a dangerous team at this point of the game. McAndrews drives to the basket, blows right by Sliwa, puts up the shot, no good. Xavier Williams with the rebound. He better be careful. McAndrews right behind him. He drops the ball into Kraske, who spins around, puts up the shot. The rebound, he slaps it back out to Kim, who drives to the basket, passes to Kraske, who misses the pass, and it's out of bounds.
Oh, and they're giving it to Barrington. Terrible call.
Out of bounds, good hustle by Kraske, but the Broncos will obtain possession, and they're booed here.
Oh, that was just a bad call. And it looks like Barrington's going to the line.
Well, where the foul is called on Kraske, and McAndrews will go to the line as they fought for that ball while it was going out of bounds. Kraske called for the foul.
And the first one's good. McAndrews with 6 points on the evening. .35 and good for the second one, 43.
43-35, Barrington Broncos up with 4:11 to go in the fourth quarter. Sliwa brings it up, passes to Kim, who has it knocked out of bounds off of him by Jake Orr. Good play by Jake Orr, the diminutive point guard for the Broncos.
And
Jake Orr, 5'10" senior.
Fremd completely frustrated here. Just not able to get anything going.
Well, this is clutch time, and you have to take better care of the ball. Ivanauskas with the ball inside, into paint, spins around, loses the ball. Williams has the steal, passes to Schafter, who goes up and is fouled by Lester, and this has got to be Lester's fourth foul.
Yep, that is number 4 on Luster.
And Schafter will go to the line. The Vikings still in this game. 35-43 with 3:53 left in the game. Let's see if they can pull it out. Schafter, the first shot, puts it up, no good.
And for Barrington, number 32, Will Reiner.
Lester goes out and goes to the bench and replaced by Will Reiner.
Schafter with only 2 points on the evening.
And Schafter with the second one puts it up, and it's good. 36-43, Barrington.
3:53 left. Time definitely in Barrington's favor here.
And Scott Bennett will inbounds. He inbounds to Orr, who passes it back to Bennett, to Ivanauskas, and he dunks it. Oh, with authority. And it's 45-36 Barrington. Big man got up on that one.
Yes, he did.
And Sliwa drives the baseline, and he's fouled by Orr, and he'll go to the basket. Such a well-played game tonight. Exciting, two sound, fundamentally sound teams. Great competition. They're both playing great defense. The Vikings have been struggling offensively, but they're still in this game.
A very intense game.
Oh yeah, big time.
Williams stretching on and off throughout the night here. Oh, misses
and
the first
uncharacteristic of Sliwa and Schafstel, they both miss their first free throws. Let's see if Sliwa can make the second one. And those are all valuable. I mean, they're going to look back at that, missing those free throws.
Oh, they need them big time. And like you said, send them to the line, make them get two.
Sliwa puts up the second one, and it's good. 37-45 Broncos.
So Sliwa also with 3 free throws tonight. Those is his only points.
If the Vikings are going to make something happen, they have to make something happen now. With 3:25 left in the game in the fourth quarter, down by 8. Barrington has momentum. Ivanauskas down low, jockeying for position, calling for the ball. Will Reinert drops it off to Jake Orr, who's fouled by Williams.
And Williams can't believe it. Like
Williams 6'5", or 6'3" rather, and Jake Orr is 5'10", so I mean there's a mismatch there just in height alone, not to mention the weight. And Xavier Williams bumps him, hoping that maybe he can get the steal. And Orr goes crashing to the court.
Line for Barrington, number 5, Jake Orr.
It looks like they're giving him 2 shots here. No good. He misses the first one. Or with only 2 points on the evening. Chance to make it 3. And he does.
The second one is good for Orr. 46-37. The Broncos on top with 3 minutes left. And there's a
foul away from the ball.
Yep.
Fouls on number 3, Matt McAndrews.
And Matt McAndrews, that's got to be his 4th foul.
Williams shooting 2 for the Vikings.
And Xavier Williams goes to the basket even when he doesn't have the ball. He's dangerous.
Mr. Automatic, nothing but net.
And for Barrington, number 12, Chris Lester.
He's kept them in this game, actually, in the second half.
15,
Xavier Williams.
15 points so far.
He's put on the cape in the second half. And the second one is good as well. What does he have, 16 points now?
16 points. 11 of them from the charity stripe.
Oh, wow. And Scott Bennett looking for Lester down court, attempts to fakes the football pass, and he had Lester all alone under the basket. Lester's telling him what happened.
Dumpke able to knock that out of bounds.
And Bennett will inbounds again, guarded by Sliwa, into Lester, who's guarded by Sliwa. Back to Bennett, who brings it up. He's guarded by Sliwa, picks him up at half court.
Barrington just burning clock here.
Bennett to Ivanauskas, back to Lester, and they'll play keep away. They're trying to just eat this clock up. Lester down low inside to Ivanauskas, who goes up strong, misses, and there's a foul called on Kraske, and Reinert will go to the line.
Number 32.
Both teams going for that ball, going for it hard.
It's got to be frustrating for the Vikings because they're playing their hearts out. It's not for lack of effort, that's for sure.
No, it's not.
It's an intense game, well-played game. They're playing really, both teams playing really hard, and it's just the Broncos have been able to capitalize on the errors of the Vikings, turning the ball over, missing the free throws.
And it's almost amazing that the Vikings are only down by 7 at this point.
This is true. And Peyton Kim and Williams, he drops it into Williams, who goes inside with the finger roll, no good. Rims around the basket and out. Chris Lester has it, passes to McAndrews, who'll bring it up, trying to make it across half court. Back to Lester, who goes up for the shot and is fouled.
Traveling.
Oh, it's called for the travel. And that gets the crowd going. That gets the crowd excited here. Barrington's fans that are here in attendance, they're not too happy about the call, but great call by the refs.
It's hard to tell whose fans are whose here on this pre-Valentine's Day. A lot of Vikings fans wearing the red.
In red as well. This is true. Sleva goes to the basket, drives, and gives McAndrews, who was guarding him, the forearm. And it's an offensive foul called on Sleva. That was pretty obvious in the open court.
Yes, it was. That was more like a football play.
Yeah. He said, we're going to get some separation here one way or another. And Bennett brings the ball up the court. Double team by Sleva and Kim.
Sleva going to get called for the foul here. Fremd having to foul. Down by 7 with 1:50 yet left. Bennett with a very unorthodox shot. He almost shot puts it. First one is good.
For the Broncos, number 5, Jake Moore. And for the Vikings,
that's his 4th point from the charity stripe. 6 on the evening so far.
For the Broncos.
This Barrington, the Broncos, they're really impressive.
Yes, they are. And good on the second one.
To have the interior defense that they have. Williams with another shot in the paint. He rises up and shoots that fall away. Tremendous shot. And Williams has 18 here in the second half. He's kept them in the game.
He has.
He has kept them in the game. 41-48. Barrington with 1:31 left in the game. 1:37, correction.
The first half it was Peyton Kim, and he's been
cold.
Very cold. He's been unheard from this second half.
Sleeva's been cold. Schaffel's been cold. They've all, they haven't gotten anything going in the second half. And those outside shots have not fallen.
No. They've been forced to long distance, low percentage shots, and they haven't been able to get them to fall. And that's because they haven't been able to penetrate inside. The only one with any luck is Williams, who hasn't gotten the inside shot, but he's been picking up fouls.
And so Barrington comes out with Ivanauskas, McAndrews, Chris Lester, Scott Bennett, and Matt Reinert, or Will Reinert, correction.
Williams with 13 points from the line.
The Vikings with Sleva, Schaftel, Domke, Peyton Kim, and Ryan Kraske. And Lester drives to the basket, pulls up, shoots from the wing, no good. And Peyton Kim takes it the other way, drives in the paint, kicks it back out to Kraske, back out to Sleva, who's rejected by Lester. And Schaftel drives to the basket with a floater in the paint, and he gets the foul. You got to watch out with the Barrington Broncos. You can't just assume you have a free pass to the basket, because they contest everything.
Sleewood wondering where Lester came from.
Lester came out of nowhere and just swatted that. Outstanding defense by the Broncos here in the second half specifically.
Able to get him from behind.
And the Vikings trying to regroup. And they come out with the same 5, Schaftel, Sleva, Kim, Domke, and Kraske. And the Broncos come out with Reinert, Lester, Orr, Bennett, and Evanauskas.
1:10 left. Schaafstal at the line. 3 points on the night.
And he can cut it down to 6. And he does. Interesting. And with this shot, if he can hit this, he can cut it down to 5. And Schaafstal with the second one, and it's good. And the Vikings down 43-48. Down only 5, but only 1:10 left in the fourth quarter here. Bennett has the ball. Back to Orr. Back to Bennett. To Lester. And he's fouled by Michael
Potler.
Michael Potler with the foul.
2 shots for Chris Lester.
So I don't know how effective that's going to be, but I mean, you don't want to give them. You want to. I mean, you have to foul. You don't have any other choice. If they're not going to shoot, then you have to foul them.
And Lester misses the first one. He's got 8 points on the night.
Number 23, Xavier Williams.
Let's see if the Vikings can capitalize on these missed free throws by the Broncos.
And the second one's good. So 9 points for Lester.
So it's still a 6-point game with 57 seconds left. Williams for 3, and it's good. Xavier Williams pulls up behind the arc and lets it go all net.
And Williams absolutely carrying the team.
He's unconscious. And they're down by 3 with 52.8 seconds. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? 46-49. Broncos on top, losing momentum here in the fourth quarter. 52 seconds left, and Xavier Williams with a 3-point shot. I mean, was that clutch or what?
That was definitely
outstanding. Clutch. And he's done everything for them in the fourth quarter here.
He has. It's been all him, all Williams. And how many times do you see a team go into the stall in the fourth quarter and just watch their lead whittle away?
And the Vikings, I mean, they've been smart enough to know that Williams has had the hot hand, and they've gone to him for the entire fourth quarter.
Yes.
The entire second half, basically, but especially the fourth quarter.
Well, the Vikings able to claw back into it. They need to stop here in the worst way.
The Vikings need to stop here. If they can get a stop, they're down by 3. They've been known to hit those clutch 3-point shots at this point of the game. So it's...
The Vikings have been big in the fourth quarter all year.
This is familiar territory for the Vikings.
But the way Barrington had been dominating.
Come on. And so we see the Vikings double teaming whoever has the ball. Sliwa has fouled Lester, and he will go to the line.
Lester hitting 1 of 2 last time. It looked like they were waiting for Lester to get his hands on the ball before fouling.
Well, they got their wish, but the first one's good for Lester. And the Broncos up by 4, 50-46 with 43.5 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Well, they didn't want to foul Bennett, who's got 5 from the line.
He puts up the second one, no good. Bounces off the back of the rim. Sliwa with the rebound to Williams, who will bring the ball up the court. And he's had the hot hand here in the fourth quarter. And it's tipped out of bounds by Bennett, and it goes out of bounds.
Off Barrington, it'll be Fremd
And the
ball.
Vikings will maintain possession here.
Bennett, the last one to touch that. So the Vikings looking for the shot.
And Peyton Kim with the 3-point shot, air ball.
Can you believe it, Lester?
And the Vikings maintain possession because Chris Lester touched it last when it went out of bounds.
Lester just couldn't resist reaching out for that ball.
Such an exciting game.
It is.
With 25.3 seconds left in the game, the Broncos up by 4. Schofstel drives baseline, drops a pass across court to Sliwa, drive to the basket, and
that's it.
Rims, and it falls.
Timeout Vikings.
That's Sliwa's first basket tonight.
And these guys are still clutch, and they trust in each other. Even if they haven't hit a shot throughout the entire game, they still believe in one another. And it was interesting to see Schofstel make that pass to Sliwa, and Sliwa drives to the basket. You would think on any other team, you're probably not going to pass it to your teammate who hasn't hit a shot throughout the entire game.
Nope, and he drained that one when he needed it.
But since these two guys are like a 1-2 punch, and they're used to being in this situation, this is familiar territory for them, and they trust one another. They've developed that trust in one another. We'll see what's going to happen here. It's 50-48. Barrington with 13.2 seconds left in the game. And the Vikings need a big play. A steal, a stop, something.
Let's see what they can pull out of their hat here.
And Bennett drops it inside to Lester, who's fouled by Schofstel.
Several times, and they just wouldn't call it.
Timeout Barrington.
Oh, and they didn't call it. It's a timeout.
Not a foul. It's a timeout by Barrington, which is a great timeout by their coach.
Well, it looked like the Vikings were patting Bennett down there.
Yeah.
They just wouldn't give him the foul.
They did everything except go in his pocket and pull it.
Looked like they were looking for his pocket and couldn't find it.
Well, it looked like they were trying to remove his socks without taking off his shoes. And you see the worried look on the Barrington fans, the Bronco fans that are here tonight, as they've seen their lead slip away. At one point, they had a 10-point lead. They had an 11-point lead. It was down to 8, and it stayed at 8 almost for the entire fourth quarter. And Xavier Williams just continued to drive to the basket, get fouled, hit the free throws, drive to the basket, hit three-point shots, and he was just relentless. He's been he's been Superman, basically, in the fourth quarter for the Vikings.
And Coach Brian Tucker not looking happy at all over there at the Barrington bench. And easy to understand why.
Well, they had all the momentum, and they let one player just take over the game,
and
basically.
When they went into the stall, they passed up wide open shots just to try to kill the clock.
Or to Bennett to Lester, who's fouled by Domke. And there was no doubt about that foul.
No.
He made sure that the referee saw him slap him on the back of the arm.
6.1 seconds.
So that's who they want to see at the line, Lester.
Yeah.
Let's see if Lester, under pressure, is able to hit these 2 free throws, or if he cracks under the pressure. Puts up the first one.
Nothing but net.
Nothing but net. And it's 51-48 with 6.7 seconds left in the game. But this is really the clutch shot here.
It is.
Because if he misses this one, they're still only up by 3, and the Vikings have been known to hit these clutch threes. So, I mean,
and it's good.
And he hits the second one. So they are up by 4, 52-48 with 6.1 seconds left in the game.
And that's the nail in the coffin right there.
Basically, yeah, you can chalk it up as the nail in the coffin for sure.
And the fans start to file out. Not expecting a miracle here with 6.1 seconds left.
Such an exciting game, though.
They have.
I mean, this has been outstanding. These teams, the way they've gone back and forth.
From scratching back from 12 points down at the end of the third period.
I know I wouldn't want to play Fremd in the playoffs. Give me anybody else, but do not give me Fremd, because they're just so used to, they're so poised, they're so used to being in these situations and coming back and winning games that you can never count them out.
No, big comeback
so
here.
Sliwa inbounds to Williams, who drives, stops at three-point range, shoots, and it bounces from the top of the rim, the top of the backboard, and falls through.
But it hit the cables up above the rim there, so out of bounds. Too bad. And that's it, 48-52.
And the Barrington Broncos will come away with a 52-48 win against the Vikings.
Well played game.
Oh, wow.
And what a fourth quarter that was.
Outstanding game.
It was.
Outstanding game. The Vikings were so close to winning that game. And then if you think they can go back and look at the free throws that they missed by Sliwa and Shafto late in this third quarter, because they lost by what, 4 points, 3 points?
4 points.
4 points. They could have used those free throws.
Yes, they could.
That they missed. And I mean, it's easy to just pinpoint a couple of free throws. There was other missed shots and three-point shots. They just couldn't get the fall. So I mean, they played valiantly, they played courageously, and they almost won the game. So I mean, you got to give them credit.
Fremd only able to score 2 points in the whole third quarter. So that was the difference right there. They lost the third quarter big time. Barrington able to get 8 points. Fremd only able to get 2. So great game here from Fremd. Hope you enjoyed the game, if not the outcome. We'll be back here next week to bring you the HETV Game of the Week. For Gial Lorenzi, I'm Bruce Anderson, and Rick Signorella, our cameraman. Thanks for watching.